So you are curious to learn more about the areas of Charlotte. What better way to learn about the city than from way up above it? Hi, my name is Jonathan. I'm a real estate agent in the Charlotte market. And just like you, I have moved to the Charlotte area. So I want to make sure that you have the information to make the best informed decision on if this city is right for you or maybe it's not. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the valuable information that is going to come out. Whether you're looking to make a move in the next 7 days or 7 months, my team is getting calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day, and we're ready to help you out. So let's jump right into it.
So we're going to start a little bit zoomed out from Charlotte just so that you can get an idea of where it lays within North Carolina. And obviously you can see with this little red dot here, that's where Charlotte's going to be, very close to the South Carolina border as well. So one of the things that I love about being in the Charlotte area is that you are getting kind of the best of both worlds. Being more centralized within North Carolina, you can get out to the mountains, go out hiking, live that mountain lifestyle during this fall time of year. Great to get out there and enjoy the cooler weather. And then you can also go out to the other side of the state, and then you've got the beaches. So you've got the beaches of North Carolina, areas like the Outer Banks, Wilmington, and then you can pretty quickly get down to the South Carolina beaches as well in Myrtle Beach and Charleston. So let's dive in a little bit here so we can give you a little more detail on this. Getting to those areas, getting out to the mountains or to the beaches, there are some pretty major highways that run through Charlotte. So you've got running north and south, you've got 77. So if you're looking to get down to Columbia area in South Carolina, or north into the Lake Norman area, or further north into Virginia, you've got 77 running north and south. A little bit more east and west, you've got 85 running, which will run from Charlotte down to Atlanta and beyond. And then going the other way, you've got 85 running up to Greensboro, Raleigh, and then getting you out to the beaches, and eventually over to 95, which will run a lot more throughout the rest of the country. As we pull in a little bit more on the Charlotte area, you're going to see this ring that goes around the city on 485. So 485 just does a full circle around the city. Whether you were joining the highway here and needed to get to the other side, you could realistically go left or right on this highway. One will obviously be a little bit faster to get to the other side of the city. And then you can also cut through on a couple other roads if you need to get even quicker from one side to the other. Then as we zoom in a little bit further, then you're going to see 277. And this highway actually forms a kind of like a semicircle around Center City itself. So if you were to drive around 277, you're going to have probably the best views of the city, just because you are able to ride this all the way around. So Center City itself is going to be home to a lot of corporate areas, banks. A lot of your headquarters for businesses are going to be in these high rises. But also within those high rises and other high rises, you're also going to have some residential options. So if you're looking to work, live, and play all within the same uptown lifestyle, this is going to be where you're going to be looking at. So you've got your sporting events. So NASCAR Hall of Fame is here. The Panthers and Charlotte FC play in Bank of America Stadium. You've also got the Charlotte Knights Stadium for minor league baseball. And then the Charlotte Hornets play on the other side of Uptown Charlotte. So mostly apartments and condos in this area, but this is definitely a great place to look into. And just to the south of Center City, there is going to be a little pocket called South End. This is definitely a booming area right now. If you are looking to go out and enjoy some breweries or go out on a night on the town, South End and just north of the city, Noda, which is going to be an art district. Those are going to be two very popular areas for people to go out and have a night on the town. As we go just south of the city, you're going to hit a couple of affluent pockets, and these are just going to be some beautiful homes and beautiful scenery within the area. One of the first things that you'll see is going to be the Quail Hollow Club. So this is actually a area that they host a couple of PGA tournaments. I believe the tournament happens every year. This past year we had the President's Cup take place at Quail Hollow. But then as you go a little further south, you're going to have areas like Valentine, and then just south of the technical Charlotte area is going to be Weddington and Waxhaw. So this is going to be, if you're looking for a little bit more of the rural living, but still beautiful homes, this going a little bit further south into Weddington and Waxhaw are going to be great areas there. As we look just west of the city, you're going to have areas like Belmont, Cramerton, and McAdenville. These are going to be beautiful areas if you're looking for more of a small town feel. You're going to find things like the mom and pop coffee shop. You're going to be right off of the river if you want to go kayaking or have some outdoor living. These are going to be some pockets over just to the west of the city. And one fun fact about McAdenville is it's kind of been coined as Christmas Town, USA. So during the month of December, traffic is going to be backed up just a bit on 85, but you can actually drive through McAdenville and nearly every house in that area is going to be decorated with Christmas lights, with holiday designs, and it's a lot of fun for the family. You've definitely, if you're going to be in the area for the December timeframe, you've definitely got to make it a point to try to go out and see that. So north of the city, you've got some options that are booming. You've got areas like Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, all bordering around this Lake Norman area, which is actually going to be the largest man-made lake in North Carolina with over 500 miles of shoreline. So if you're looking for a suburban feel, whether that's going to be in one of these neighborhoods, or if you want some waterfront living on Lake Norman or on Lake Wylie as you go south, there are definitely some options for you there. So as we go east of the city, you've got areas like Mint Hill, Matthews, and Indian Trail. These areas are going to be more of another suburban feel with more mature trees. And with Charlotte being so close to the South Carolina line, another option that some people will look into is living in South Carolina itself. So Lake Wylie is going to straddle the line between North and South Carolina, Tega Cay, Fort Mill, Indian Land. So the taxes in South Carolina is usually going to be the driving force for people looking into South Carolina, but definitely something to be warned about. If you're looking in this Fort Mill or Rockville area, and working in Charlotte, your main route to get into Charlotte is going to be the same as everybody else, and that's going to be driving up on 77. So if you're going to look at living down here, just be warned that you're probably going to be in traffic going and coming from work if you're working in Charlotte. So if you're looking to take a flight out of Charlotte, just west of the city, you're going to have Charlotte Douglas International Airport. So this airport is actually one of the top 5 busiest airports in the world. So if you're looking to travel for pleasure or for business, you're definitely going to be able to find options to get out of the city. So while Charlotte Douglas is a hub for American Airlines, so you are typically going to find the most options for flights with American Airlines, there are over 8 carriers that fly through this airport. So you're always going to be able to find an option to get to wherever you need to. One warning about this airport, especially right now, if you're watching this in the near future, this airport is going through some major construction right now. As it has grown and continued to become one of the busier airports in the world, they've taken that into account to try to expand the airport. But with that, there is a ton of traffic and frankly some headaches when you need to travel. So give yourself some time if you're going to be flying in or out of the airport. Just north of the city, on the other side, you've got Concord. So Concord also has a small regional airport. This is an airport that I personally like to fly out of just because you don't have the hustle and bustle of the large international airport. The one downside or caveat with this is that this airport actually will have only one major carrier that flies through there, and that's going to be Allegiant. So if you're flying from North Carolina to Florida, you're going to have plenty of options and budget flights to get from Charlotte to or Concord to North Carolina. But if you're trying to get anywhere else, it's probably going to be a little bit harder because it might not be an option for that. But there are multiple regional airports around the area. So this is just one that I've had personal experience with flying into Florida. So I just wanted to make sure to make a note of that.
All right, well, I hope this video provided you with some valuable information. And remember, we are here to be a resource for you, whether you're looking to make a move in the next week or the next year. Be sure to reach out. We'll be happy to help you out and answer any questions that you might have. And until that time, later, neighbor.